Hello, welcome to Friday Newsline. My episode today, as I was saying there, earlier I was in the studio doing some work on the television studio, and quite enjoyed it really. It was good work. I just thought I'd mention it. I'd like to welcome you to the 36th episode. I'm well into the episodes. It's season two. As you know, I try to come back as often as I can. I haven't been back for a while with my podcasting. I really like it, as I was saying, and I just thought, what's in the news, the latest news. I think you know what's in the news. The main topic, really, about Mr. Trump. You can't really ignore it. Fintan O'Toole. I was just reading what's on the paper there. Fintan O'Toole writes a very good article. He says those who despise Trump have allowed his real crime to be overshadowed. Now I can't get access to that, but that's what he says there on the front page. And then uh, there's many people there that saying the same thing about Trump. And then on the RTE news website, it says Vice President Pence says Trump indictment sends terrible message. I really don't agree with that. I think it sends the right message. When you see what's happening in the world, it's gone mad, and why not throw the book at this man? He's going around making terrible gestures, speeches, hate speeches. I really don't know, and he's allowed back on Twitter. If that was anyone else, if it was me, if it was anyone else writing terrible messages, you'd be taken off it, and in one go. This man, really, I don't know. I really have a rant against him, and I don't know. I do. Other people feel the same? That's the question there. What do you think about Mr. Trump? Anyone else out there? He's really getting away with murder, and if this man goes for president, there is seriously something wrong. Sean O'Grady says as well, Donald Trump could end up running the U.S. from prison. What a fitting next step. What would be in his political career? That's I just thought I'd start my podcast out with that the latest news. There's more about it on Sky News. The international news now. Andrew Tate released from jail in Romania and placed under house arrest. It says who is Andrew Tate? This man, Andrew Tate, and his brother Tristan, were taken into custody on the 29th last year. Neither of them have been charged in the case. It says in controversial influencer, Andrew Tate and his brother have been released from jail in Romania and placed under house arrest. The 36-year-old professional kickboxer and his brother Tristan are being investigation over allegations of sexual assault and exploitation. So that's that news then on that, and then more about Mr. Gentleman Trump. It says breaking news on Sky here. Handcuff deal agreed for Trump as his niece calls for celebration. Oh God. Trump's knees don't buckle and he will not take a plea deal, says lawyer. My God, I don't know what's wrong with the world. Stormy Daniels says Trump indictment going to cause violence and death. That's what she's afraid of there, Stormy Daniels. So, man jailed for life after murdering pensioner who mistook his home for B&B and got into his bed. That's now the latest on the entertainment news. Paul O'Grady's husband shares last picture they took together. That was a terrible no. I used to look at Paul O'Grady when he was on the evening show on Channel 4. It was a good show. Buster, the dog, oh, he was a great little dog. I really enjoyed the show. His show was on I think it used to be on every day. It used to come on between 3 o'clock in the evening sometime. It was good. It was a good show now. Paul O'Grady show. There is clips there of it, I'm sure. And that's then on the world. I've looked at the world. The UK news is the same. The latest news, and then on the RTE, I'm just going through this quick. The RTE news. Man cleared of murder after fatal stabbing in his own home. A 30-year-old man was stabbed in his own home in self-defense because he believed his life was in danger. He has been acquitted of murder by a jury. Uh, so more about Pastoria denied parole over murder of Rafi Stenkamp, and Pope Francis baptizes baby during hospital stay. You hear nice stories like that. It's really good. Surrender fingerprints caught. What next? More about Trump. It's full of Trump news here on this today, and maybe not on the Bray people, but it's full of it. The Hogan Stand website. Corey relieved after Farney pulled off another great escape. As I was saying there, the Wicklow match is on tomorrow. It's on at 5 o'clock. I'd like to wish them the best of luck, and I really hope they win against Sligo. Now, I was gonna go through now just a bit. Uh, I hope you enjoy my show so far. Just a little bit of rant against Mr. Trump and his various dealings. So, Great People News. You have inflicted suffering and misery. This article is about Sinn Féin. John Brady has accused his fellow Wicklow deputies of adopting a policy which will inflict suffering and misery on their constituency following his party's unsuccessful attempt to extend the eviction ban into next year. Deputy Brady hit out at the country's three government treaty all voted in favour of ending the ban on his Friday. That's the first article there. And then implementing scheme will bring hundreds of properties into stock. Mr. Matthews there, Deputy Matthews there. About that, there is a large potential stock of housing that lies empty or derelict in every town and village. He's right about that. The housing is a really good, is a real main problem there in Ireland. People getting houses, it's really very hard. I don't know what's going to happen. Greystone woman, 83, knitting up a storm in Hollywood. Delia Barry. Fresh off a phone call with radio station from home county of Tipperary, Delia Barry tries to make sense of the madness which had become her life over the past few months. Knitting jumpers there for Colin Farrell and Barry Keoghan in the Banshee of Inisheer. I say time frames for three parking rides on the N11 and M11. It's a some road. I was on it there last week. It's impressive. Good road and a lot of roundabouts on it, but it's good. Wicklow home on TV hits. Martin Maidity and Aaron Donnelly outside their homes with features on RT's Home of the Year. County Fair to take place in Avoca. According to this, the Avoca Wicklow miners have been chosen to be in the prestigious Wicklow County Ceol for the first time. Will provide a huge boost in traditional Irish culture in the region. And Pennies will be open time for Christmas 2023. Wicklow shoppers won't have to travel outside the county to shop in Pennies, as it would be open before Christmas, I think, after developments. Sports Direct is going to be in it as well. The two-tail retail giant will be open by Q4 of the year and will be accompanied by a five-screen cinema and a new bowling alley. Elephant and Castle and Werburg restaurants are open at Bray Central already, as I was saying. Oakmont has beautifully restored three houses on Eccleston Road at the rear of the centre, and three houses will be offered for sale soon. Oakmont has submitted planning for a number of apartments on the top floor of Bray Central Council building. Bray Central and expressed the hope that the development would be the start of a great thing for Bray. So that's on the Bray people, more about that. And then get yourself seen to if you suspect something wrong, according to Christopher Monaghan. A young Wicklow dad has spoken out about his cancer diagnosis to Mark Daffodil Day. It is a worry for everyone, I suppose. Uh, smells of Mechanic now in 3,000 US stores. David Cox, managing director of Fragrances. And then 140 tons of dumped waste is cleared from upland areas, according to this. Says zigzag walking route is closed indefinitely. That's Pat Dunn at his home. He was attacked at sea, and that's why he shut down the roadway. That was a nice walk, I think, and he shut it down, and people attacking. It's and then it says more. It says something then about Anne McCarrick. Significant development likely led to motor probe upgrade in Annie McCarrick's case, says former senior Garda. CCT of Anne McCarrick, who's been missing from her home in Sandymouth since, just says development like led to Garda upgrading the case inquiry. Last week said advances in investigation technologies may help solve the 30-year-old mystery surrounding the murder of young American. Her case was officially upgraded to a murder inquiry last Friday, with a senior detective saying Garda now accept the likelihood that she came to Felder's demise. Further advances in investigation techniques may assist Garda in finally bringing closure from the McCarrick family. So far, Garda have discovered and collected over 5,000 documents and reports, taking more than 300 statements of evidence and retained several exhibits. The murder inquiry will also be followed up by all reporting sightings of Miss McCarrick at the time of disappearance. So that's good news there as well about that. They probably and then it just says astronomer photograph forged to reach for the stars. A lovely picture there, rising moon of a sleeve. Wicklow and McLaughlin was shortlisted for the 2020 competition. Uh, Wicklow schools are ESB Science Blast held in the RDS. And then Court of Appeal dismisses twice appeal against murder conviction. Former architect who was in court for the ruling was jailed for life in 2015 for the brutal murder of Aileen O'Hara. So he said the prosecution's position might be seen as being that data records represented icing on the cake. It would be an affront to common sense to say that there is no basis upon which causations could be inferred by the jury. So I'm glad he didn't get off there. It would have been terrible for the family and all. So a fashion show, more pictures here in the Hey People. There's a good few pictures there now today. Wicklow sings hits all the right notes. Just says the pictures there. And then Wicklow's Grey Star completed tour after launch of the debut album. West Wicklow Grey Star have completed a national tour following the launch of the first album, Call of the Mountain, which shows in Dublin, Limerick, and Belfast. Celtic were set for the Lavens show, I see. And then it says more. It says Olga finds creative refuge in Blessington. What this article is about is says painter Olga Melkova in Blessington pub. She spoke of a chaotic department from Ukraine and how she has found two careers, one in business and one in the arts. And it shows you her paintings on the wall there in the on show at the exhibition Puzzles of Life at the Dean's Art Studio in Dublin earlier this month. And then I'm on to the sports section. I haven't talked a lot about sports yet. Uh, just says all roads lead to Croga as Wicklow face Sligo. It just says Podger Tool will lead the Wicklow senior footballs out onto the beautiful of Croke Park pitch this Saturday evening for their final. In the first year as captain, O'Toole has helped the side weather the early uncertainty that followed the disappointment defeat to Saturday's opponents and drove onwards to wonderful wins over London, Laois and Leitrim. The athletic and hugely powerful Contigaman leads by the example. So, and that's then it says a draw against Carlow and a loss against Sligo as well. It's only a small part of it. You need 15 leaders. I was delighted to get that news, but we need to kick on and we need everybody leading the line. That's there. We need tough championship games. We're going to need 26 leaders, according to say. And then there's more there on the paper. It just says small, I think, further on. And then the league, that match there, I was at as well, Donegal. bet Wicklow by 17 points to 16. That was a big lot. That was a big win for Donegal, as it's saying there. And then the Nicky Racket and so Wicklow, I think. So it'll be tough going. They'll have to play them again. So be hard to know. And then it says more about the under 20s. On the under 20s one day, Tuesday night, they bet Offaly by 1 point and they're still in it. They have one more match left against Louth, and I'm hoping that they'll win. It's great good for Wicklow to have a good under 20 team. And then it says under 20s, they lost this match. Just played the week before. It was Wicklow 3-6, Dublin 1-14. So they won by 2. Immensely proud of all the players, says the manager. He was on the radio talking about the match the last day, which they won. So they're beginning to get a good going here, the under 20 team, and I wish them the best of luck there. And it shows you a picture then of Killian MacDonald turns around after the scoring a decisive goal in Waterford versus Wicklow, which I was at the match there. I enjoyed it, and it came through on the radio there that they were promoted. They found out there at the end of the match. It's some drive though. Oh God, it's a killer. And so I just thought I'd mention that. And then it says more about Wicklow there. Magical day as Wicklow escaped Division 4. It shows good pictures there. It says, how wonderful it would have been if Oisin McConville could lead his man to a league title and sweet revenge against Tony McEntee's charges ahead of Wicklow Leinster Championship opener. I just hope, I'll say a few prayers tonight. I hope that they'll win. As I'm now just going out Friday night. So, and then it shows you pictures there of Carl Forlon and Kevin Quinn checking the score in Leitrim versus Sligo match. It shows you more pictures. There's a few pictures there. And then it means everything. Promotion joy for Wicklow ahead of Sligo battle. The character they have and the fact they just will not give in. I think that's a good threat. If you have threats like that, the other stuff, the football will come along. That's Oisin McConville, captain with Podger Tool after Wicklow win in the first round of. So there's good reading in this paper. I'll recommend you get it. What Oisin McConville said is, it's torture every week. I wish some week we just do the thing simple. But look, it's not about me. It's about those individuals who go out on the pitch. All we can do is set them up as well as we can. It worked out for us more often than not this year, which is very pleasing thing. So, and finally, we reaching Croke Park in a league final. What does it mean to Wicklow? It means everything. Now, I didn't agree with what the other manager said on the paper. He said the scrap finals. If the scrap finals, Wicklow wouldn't even get to Croke Park. I don't see the. I really don't. The Cavan manager was saying that, I think, and he's in a final. I don't get that really. They just have top the group. There'll be no cup. To just give the cup to the one team that tops the group. I think a final is good. I don't know. I don't agree with that. And I wrote that on my Facebook page. I wrote it on the Twitter, so I don't agree with that. And then it says, uh, then more about rugby team. The Seagulls, as I was saying there, Bray Wonders 3, Wexford 2. So going up, they're second on the table so far. So, and they're playing at the moment, I think. I must check that before I go. No joy for Auckland. It just Ashford's new song off to a flying start in Down. And then it says medalists at large, tucking in, washing down, pecking up, and setting with the dignity of age. That's according to David Metcalf. He writes an article there every week. And then the priest writes an article there, Father Michael Command, OP, the good and the bad of public transport. It's beyond belief the Lewis has no facility for taking bicycles, but the state has to take a vote for the free travel system that allows so many people to jump on and off trains, buses and boats, and all for free. Is there another country on earth that offers a similar program? I don't think so. In London, they don't. There's no debate there. Irish Cancer Society's Daffodil Day is an outstanding success in Wicklow, according to this paper here. Well out in force. And then the farmers market in Baltinglass sheep sale. It just gives you the different prices. Carnew sheep sale as well. Wicklow farming. Environment group claims Killed has diminished 1 million acres of public forestry, spruce trees in forest, and dairy beef welfare scheme an insult to farmers, says Wicklow IFA. Wicklow Jacqueline has called the Department of Agriculture and Marine insulting and said it doesn't know how enough to incentivize Wicklow farmers' participation. So that's that. And then there's a schools thing there, and then schools report. Then Edward entertains with Edward's. This week he's doing chicken, mushroom, and spinach pasta with garlic bread. It looks nice. And the recipe there. Pasta, 3 breasts of chicken sliced, 8 mushroom sliced. Good recipe there. Must try it. And then Kim Mechanic Diary. It just shows you a picture there of Helen Coleman doing a run on Sunday, and Sugarloaf Strollers. The next walk for Sugarloaf Strollers will be on Saturday, the 15th of April. So that's that. And then diary notes. A reminder, if you want an item or photograph of local interest to appear in Chemical, please email. And then history lecture. So that's then that. And then there's a picture in this paper of the dog show, Festina Lente dog show around the district. That's on that. So I'm going to go through just the job section there, and then about cars. This week, David Tucker, he's given the car Kia Sophisticated Elegancy, the holiday style Kia AV9, EV9. So that's the car that's out. Light, airy, EV imbibed an elegant, simple, premium quality, exceptional, friendly design. This open floating dashboard extends from steering wheel to vehicle center, and it's control of vehicle function. It's built on an electric global monitor platform. I think it's electric grade. Looks impressive car. So he gives a good review there, the car. So it's good reading there about the car. So he gives a good article every week about the paper. And then the top films then on Monday's one. La Hayen, if anyone wants, that's film 4. Black and White Thriller. And then Kingsman, Secret Service, that's on Tuesday. On Sunday, Godzilla King of Monsters 2019, and World War Z, that's 2013, that's on as well on Channel 4, Brad Pitt. And this week in 1968, the hit that was number one was Lady Madonna, the Beatles, and Delilah was number two. So does anyone ever remember that? The Beatles returned to rock and roll for 14 number one. So that's on the Brave People this week. And then teaching dogs to love their visits to the vet. What the vet says there, Pete Wedderburn. Many dogs are nervous about visiting the vet, which I know myself. It's very hard for the dogs. The same as us. We don't like visiting doctors. The dogs are the same. And then, why are omega oils so important? Omega oils are meant to be good and the best. So that's all the news there on the Brave People. And I didn't do last week's Brave People. The headline on last week's one, I think, on the front was, I've been told to present as homeless, a lifting of affecting ban looms. Asian 36 is among at least 103 Wicklow households fearing homelessness. So that was, and then St. Patrick's, that was the one that was on it the last day. So I just thought I went slightly over podcasting today, but there is news then. I was just going to look up the sports, the electricity latest. There is the league final as well on Shamrock Rovers. The score so far: Dundalk 0, Shamrock Rovers 2, Shelburne 0, Derry City 1, and St Patrick's Athletic 3. These are the latest scores: UCT 0, and Cork City 1, Drogheda United 1. And the table. Let me see the table now. Just give you the latest on the table. That's the first division. It's not giving you the first. I was interested in the first division. It's not. It doesn't seem to be giving you them, but I'd say the first division here. Actually, it is. Unlucky. The first division latest. It's Go United 2, Athlone 1, Cove Ramblers 1, Bray Wonders 1, Waterford Football Club 4, Finn Harps 0, Wexford 1, Treaty United 1. So there is still time for Bray to come back. And then the tables, the latest tables there. Does it give you the update now on the table? Let me see. It does actually. Go United have 21. Bray have 13, Cove Ramblers 12. If the result stays the same in that result, they'll still be second. And then the Premier Division tables are as follows. It's Cork United. Let me see. It's Derry City out on top for 15. Bohemians 15. Dundalk 11. Sligo Rovers 9. Dodge United 9. And Shamrock Rovers are down to 6. It's bad for Shamrock Rovers. And so saying they were doing well. And I just thought I'd go through now the predictions with the matches, the league matches. Kieran Whelan has given his own predictions of the league. I think I'll give my own prediction of the league matches here. Division 4 matches tomorrow. Sligo Wicklow. I think Wicklow can do it. I was at the match last week. Now I didn't see Sligo. Sligo are good, but I think Wicklow will shade it by 2 points. So Fermanagh and Cavan, just going to be a close match. The way these teams are playing, I think I'd give it to Fermanagh tomorrow, which is a surprise. 2 points for Fermanagh. And then the match on Sunday, Derry and Dublin, the first match. I'd hesitate give it to Dublin by a point. I know Derry won it the last. They won it the last time by a point. It'd be close, I think. And Mayo and Galway, that's on Sunday. I'll give it to Galway by 2. It'll be close 2 or 3, and they're my predictions. I think the rest of them have give different predictions, but they're my prediction. And then Gladiator star Bernadette Hunt died age 59, I see. BBC comedy goes to rest in peace after 5th series. And then Mortification for Young Lovers on Fair Cities. That's exclusive there. Saying there, I just thought I'd bring a podcast, and I'm well into it. I did make a video there for Patreon there earlier on, and I don't know. I'm looking for facilities, microphones for my podcasting. So I hope you enjoy my podcast. There is quite a few people listening to me, and I hope you enjoy it. My show every week. I try to do one every week, maybe 2, 3 if I can do it. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back. I'm not sure I'm going to do another show after. I'm not really sure, but this is the 36th episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks very much for listening, and goodbye for now. Slán last, and as I was saying there, I hope you enjoyed it.